You want to tell me a secret?
Okay, so I was out day drinking a couple months ago and hooked up with this guy. Ended up getting an STD. I went and got it cleared up.
Hold on, no. We're gonna have to listen to that one more time. Did she say I caught an S? Hold on.
Drink the coffee, it'll make you feel better.
You want to tell me a secret?
Okay, so I was out day drinking a couple months ago and hooked up with this guy. Ended up getting an STD. I went and got it cleared up, but I keep getting it back, which means I gave it to my husband, and now I have to tell him so he can get rid of it so I can get rid of it.
Ooh, what
What?
STD was it?
Trichonomia.
You said chlamydia?
No, trichonomia.
Oh, chicken.
Oh,
Okay.
trichomonia.
Okay.
I don't
Oh,
even know what that is. It's the first time I've ever even heard of it when I got it.
That's
Dr.
borderline.
Bezos here.
Yeah, that is it's Dr. Ice here. So I'm gonna tell you what. That's some new shit you've been diagnosed with. You've been diagnosed with trichomonia. That's borderline chlamydia. But you also been diagnosed with double dipping. You heard? But we
Double
not here to
dipping.
judge you though. Honestly, we're not here to
Hell yeah, we are.
judge you. You know what I'm saying? But how do you? Who do you feel in your heart you got it from? Like,
It had to be that day drinking guy.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the day drinking guy.
Do you have that guy's number? Is there a way to contact him or no?
I don't have his number. I mean, if I see his face, I can recognize him, but it was really just a random on a bad day.
How are you going to tell your husband?
I don't know yet. I'm gonna tell him because like I keep coming back, so I have to tell him. I'm just gonna tell him that I got STD and that I need him to go get tested so that I can get rid of it.
Maybe you should tell him it was dormant and then
you gotta tell him though.
Maybe you should tell him it was dormant. She's married. Doesn't know who was busting the cheeks. Fast, not slow. Gave her a STD. Can't remember the face of the guy, so it's multiple men who she was letting hit. Keeps coming back, probably because she's been intimate with her husband because she feels guilty, and this is just effed up.
That's what I was thinking because that's what they said. They were like, you could have had it for a long time. I mean, I've only been married for a year and a half, but that's a long time for something to be dormant. So
okay. I just did some research for you, right? How can you get trichomoniasis, whatever, if no one cheats? And it says that you can actually get it through extensive literature. It shows that you can actually get it through towels and toilet seats and from swimming pools.
Even still, if I'm being honest with myself, I gotta know where it came from. So.
And you need to let him know because as a man, he ain't going for the toilet seat. I got it from the toilet seat bag. Like he ain't having
that. He's definitely not going to believe you if you try to say that.
I don't believe it. So I already know.
Maybe you should set somebody up to cheat with him, and
Absolutely not.
Are you guys listening to this shit? This right here is crazy. Giving her tips on how to trick her husband into thinking he's the one that did it. This is evil. Way up with Angela Yee. No one's gonna repost this and be like, yo, what's she saying? Wait, let somebody in the male space say some shit like this. Like set her up with your boy and have her or lie to her, or a conversation viral immediately. Men are such dogs. I can't stand them.
So sweet, I'm telling you, he wouldn't even go for it.
I'm kidding.
No, you're not.
Hey, no, look, before you leave though, one last thing. Another way you can get that is like having sex without showering. Like say, you and your husband, y'all gotta shower before y'all have sex. You can get trichomonia that way. So maybe you should just tell him like, baby, honestly, I think from here on out, we both need to just shower before we have sex, because I got trichomonia and I believe you have it too. So now we need to take this medicine. There you
Bro, what are you doing? You gotta have a man with pushback on. That's why this show probably,
go wham.
I don't trust Bezo.
I'm gonna slide it right in there.
Disgusted. First comment here says, this is wild. Why y'all giving her tips on how to further trick this man into a cold world? And somebody responded back and says, exactly. Here's another person who says that part. Here's another comment that says, raw with a stranger while married is some wild stuff. Here's another comment that reads, so telling the truth isn't an option? No, not for her, it's not. Here's somebody else who added, wow, if I see his face, I can recognize him. She could have gave her husband, I'm assuming that's supposed to say HIV, and wouldn't even be able to say who gave it to her. What a sick world. And what a sick woman. Another comment here says, not ready for marriage. Only a year in with the random. No one is perfect, but wow. Here's somebody else who says, these people can't be serious. Another comment here reads, raw dogging a stranger is wild work. Here's another comment that reads, child, let me grab my coffee. It's too much. Not cheating on your husband, girl. And somebody else here says, cheating is one thing, but going raw with a stranger is crazy. At least it is something they can get rid of with antibiotics. Sheesh. Somebody else here says, going bareback with a complete stranger is sick business. Here's another comment that says, the sisterhood is for real. Angela Yee said to this woman to tell her husband it was dormant. She meant this with true intentions of her not getting caught. Sad world we live in. Fellas, trust no woman, this commenter says, even this podcast. I believe in that saying, right? People have to earn your trust, especially in the dating market. They have to earn your trust. You can't accomplish anything without trusting somebody, but definitely where you begin and start is definitely trust that is earned. You see, this is why when I see a lot of modern women crying about how hard dating is and how they can't find a man and et cetera, and they really, really disregard channels where men talk about what men truly value in relationships, and you hear them complain and struggling, and you see the data that predicts that they're going to be, most of them are going to be single and childless. I think that might be best because they choose that eventually. But not only that, I don't think most people have a realistic expectation of what marriage is like. I can imagine this chick thought, oh, when I get married, all my troubles are going to go away. I won't have to put in work into this marriage. All my troubles are going to go away. I don't have to put too much work into this marriage. I can still be my 304 self. I could still do what I love to do. What? The girls' trips with a bunch of single friends. She wasn't out there by herself. The time out, partying, right? Drinking, getting drunk, day drinking. All those different habits. Once the marriage, once the improvement in life, once the husband, once the man, once the family, but not willing to change what's inside. That's what you have a lot of out here. And I think every man who wants, because if you don't want marriage, even if you just want a long-term relationship, exclusive relationship, even non-exclusive relationship, but at that point, you know, you're not taking any woman seriously. That's a little bit different, right? You shouldn't care because you're not committed, right? You haven't had that conversation of commitment. I'm talking about guys who are in relationships where they're committed, they're having these conversations. You got to be extremely careful with the type of woman who you choose to commit to out here. Have to be extremely careful because this generation is full of 304s. It truly is. You have to make sure that you vet these women, understand where they're coming from, and that you know that they're mature enough and have done the work enough that they understand that they're ready for what they want, what they're asking for, whether that's a relationship or marriage. Listen, fathershaverights.com for men who are soon to be married, legal information to protect yourself. Consider joining Brew Brothers, a community of men who value fatherhood. As always, I appreciate you checking out yet another episode of The Coffee Pod. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.